And welcome back to part 25 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, where today we're racing to the top of this support pillar in a desperate attempt to stop the Turks from dropping an entire city onto another entire city. Something that no matter how you look at it, no matter how evil or malicious Shinra are, the idea of killing 50,000 people to take out a group of like 4 terrorists at most is insane. It's ridiculous. I know it's supposed to show how determined they are and how focused they are on their mission to make like their ideal world or whatever it may be, but it's still insane. It's still absolute psychos. Like, do they have that little regard for any life under them? I say that, but let's be honest. There are real world companies that in the same position would probably do the exact same thing. Let's not kid ourselves. There is a certain Activision and a certain EA that would probably, their higher-ups, if given the power to do those sort of things, would do those sort of things. If it meant crushing people that don't like them, they would absolutely sacrifice thousands of innocents to serve their ego.
Let's finish this.
Anyway, putting that little note to one side. Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of materia equipped from this point onwards to try and work towards that battle intel, which is going to work against me and reduce my options, especially right now where it's just Cloud. So expect me to end most encounters having to use potions or cure or something. Actually, I don't even have that much equipped right this second. I alternate and add more later on, so it's not even that bad. I just, you know, get unfortunate in a lot of regards. You can see here that I'm putting a few more things on though. Because I know, and I'm going to jump ahead and kind of spoil the fun a little bit for you. I know Aerith's not going to be in the party in battles from this point onwards for a very long time. So I start kind of stripping her for parts. Like I take away all of her material and start putting it on other people. Because I know she's not going to be used in the in battle or anything for a while. And by the time she's usable again, we'll have new materia anyway to kind of equip her on. So the idea of just taking away like her material and slapping it on everyone else, I just kind of do it without giving it much thought. And you're going to see by the time we actually get back to the next opportunity where Aerith is in a combat situation several chapters from now, it is going to be a bit of a, oh, she has like no material on her. I need to actually fix this before I do anything. And there's going to be an elite version of the security officers and elite versions of some like the Hela troops and whatnot up here. So be wary of that because it's not just a title. They do have unique attacks, they do have higher stats, they do have access to potions, as you just saw there, so they can heal themselves. They are just a bigger, more aggressive threat that require more work to get through. Whilst the Hela Troopers just magic them. Only having Cloud in this opportunity really works against you, and if you're on hard mode, I'd still kind of recommend the same thing, otherwise you're in it for the long haul and will probably waste more time doing cures than you will waste doing that. Like, unless you've got Chakra maxed out, maybe start the fight using haste, so that's the only spell you use, and then just spam Chakra every time you're on low health or something. You might as well just bring a Thunder spell. Don't use Thundaga, because that's way too much and will cost way too much MP. But use either Thunder or Thunderer to just stagger and stun them. Also, this box is somehow already broken, which is why it wouldn't let me hit it.
Testing. Testing. Attention, Avalanche scum. We know all about your evil plans to destroy the pillar. But the Turks, but Shinra, that's us, won't let you get away with it. So go crawl back into whatever hole you crawled out of, or something. That ought to do it, right?
Good enough.
Wait, I know you. Mr. First Class. First Class asshole. Gotcha now! You ain't got nowhere to run?
Not good.
Throw down your weapon and surrender. Shinra does not negotiate with terrorists.
Man, screw this cheap-ass play.
Get down! Thank you.
That was a close one.
How is it?
Much better, thanks.
I'm sorry. I can't stay here. I have to help them. Go. Follow your heart. Aerith. There's a bar in the center of town, Seventh Heaven. I need you to get Marlene to safety, right? It's okay. I'll find her. Huh? Can you take her to the bar for me, Wedge?
Consider it done. Now get up there and kick Shinra's ass. Come on. Seventh Heaven is this way.
Wedge, wait!
You guys can't stay here!
Hey,
Come
let
on,
us
come
through.
on!
How else are we supposed to get to Wall Market? Sir, you need to step away from the gate.
You have to open the gate! If you don't let these people through!
Back off! It's not gonna happen.
Wedge!
I'm no good. Not to anyone up there or down here.
That's not true, Wedge. Don't give up hope yet. We could still save a lot of lives.
You don't think we're gonna stop them from dropping the plate, do you? I want to believe that we can still win somehow. But something in my gut tells me we're due for a reckoning. Just this feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But that's no excuse to give up. I don't want to look back one day and wish I'd done it different. Right here, right now. I need to know I did everything I could.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen next. But I am sure I don't want to regret the choices I make tonight. Our lives are in your hands. If you don't open up, we're all gonna die!
Close it!
No, sir! I will not obey that order! This way, everyone! Quickly! Quickly!
You can't just... Wait!
Wedge! Seventh Heaven is just down this road, isn't it?
Head straight and look right. You can't miss it.
Don't worry about me.
All right, I'll get these people to safety.
Get out of Sector 7, please! You need to get as far away from Sector 7 as possible, right now! Go to Sector 5 or 6! Anywhere but... You all have to get out of Sector 7, now! Please!
Slow down. Do you know what's going on? What do they want with the pillar?
Well, there's still time, but...
They're going to drop the plate on us?
Yes.
Those sons of bitches! What good do they think that'll do?
Feel free to cry about it later. Right now, we need to get everyone to safety.
Wait! The watch should clear the roads first!
Ah, good thinking. Hop to it. Avalanche, I take it?
Just a friend.
Tell Tifa to lay low. We'll take care of things here.
Marl is such a welcomed side character in this game. This old lady that kicks ass and knows what needs to be done and has seen her fair share of pretty much everything. It's just really cool. It does a lot to have a character like that, especially when you get to more intense situations like what we're in right now as two helicopters crash into one another. What the hell? You might want to get out of here. But we had the opportunity, and we're finally getting the chance to try and spare people, to try and get people out of Sector 7 by all costs, to hopefully save some lives. As Jesus Christ, Aerith is insanely lucky she didn't die there. Insanely lucky that that didn't hit her. The fact that she just stood there like a deer in headlights. But we're okay. She's a little dirtied up now, which I think was the whole point of that scene, just to get some marks and bruises on her. So it adds more to the tension of the scene, like to the grace of it, of the desperation and whatnot. But I want to take this opportunity whilst we're running through and trying to find a way to the bar to save Marlene, of how much I like what they did with Wedge in that scene just before. That they took this character that died and had no presence in that scene beforehand and changed it to not only have it so he lives, but actually gets character development that he didn't get in the original, obviously, because he wasn't alive to get it. And hey, it's that little girl from the side quest. The one we had to find her cats. Let's get her out of here. Try and get her back to her family before this danger, starts killing children.
Come on, keep moving this way.
Which is, I think, is a good way of handling it. Of what they do this. Like, it's no easier way of letting people know how terrible a situation is by having kids be endangered in it. It's like the ultimate 1-2. Okay, the kid's in danger, let's save them. And then even in all the danger trying to save Marlene and whatnot, we have this tender little scene here where we just walk with a scared kid and get her to safety. Like, it also does a lot to showcase just how much of a carer for the world Aerith is, and how much she genuinely wants to love and care for all people and help all people as best she can. That even when set on another mission, she takes the opportunity to save this one scared kid who clearly was never going to find her way out on her own because she's so petrified, to take her to the way out, to the tunnels out to other sectors. There we go. And this didn't happen. In the original 7, when Aerith was sent off to find Marlene, it just followed Tifa chasing after Cloud and catching up to him. It didn't do the whole Aerith's perspective thing whatsoever. So all of this is new. This is extra stuff exclusive to the remake that you get to see, like an extra like glimpse behind the curtain, so to speak, of what was there before. But we're almost there. Of all the explosions and trouble and whatnot, as long as nothing else doesn't blow up, we're good.
Confirmed. One more bird lost. Probably for the best. After all. Change of plans. You can take it from here. Someone's been a little too adventurous.
Oh great, now we've been spotted by the Turks. They know we're here, and as you saw in the previous chapters, the Turks want Aerith for some reason anyway. So, being spotted in this place, that's not in our best interest. So now we're not only against a time limit, but we've got to worry about the Turks very imminently. But we're finally at the bar. We're finally back at 7th Heaven. It's time to save Marlene. We've got to. Because I imagine how Barrett would be if something happened to Marlene. Like, holy shit. I mean, if you've seen early in the game how caring and like dad mode he goes into when it's Marlene, compared to how like rough around the edges and gruff he is every other time. Like, that thought just genuinely crossed my mind. Holy shit.
Right? Who are you? I'm a friend of Tifa's.
Where is she?
Right now, she's with Cloud and the others.
Daddy too?
You mean Barrett? Yep, he's there too.
Wait, Daddy's not coming home?
Not yet. That's why I came to find you. Tifa asked me to. She said, take care of Marlene. The thing is, this place isn't safe now. I'm gonna take you somewhere safer, okay?
Are they gonna destroy the bar? Are they gonna destroy our house?
I know it's hard. Just remember, you still have your daddy. You can build a new home together, anywhere. Shall we go? Huh? Hmm?
You smell nice.
Oh?
Like a flower.
I hope you remember it. Come on. Tell you what, we'll grow lots of flowers at your new house.
Do you think that I could help too?
Of course you can. Hey, what's your favorite flower?
You led us on a merry chase, Aerith.
Sung.
Before you say another word, know that your options are limited.
There's nothing to be scared of, okay? How about we make a deal?
Gotta move. Up here right now and let me finish this already.
Stairs.
Two birds with one shitload of bullets.
What the hell?
Nice catch.
You're crazy.
Just like you. So suck it up, because I'm not leaving.
Damn it! You want to explain yourself, partner?
Hand slip.
Alright, from one terrible situation to the next, Aerith's in her own trouble, but Cloud, now reunited with Tifa, is in her own. But now we actually have, you know, Tifa, which doesn't help because all the enemies are bloody aerial enemies, and we've got 2 grounded characters. We need Barrett back. We need Barrett or we need Aerith, but Aerith's preoccupied, so we need to catch up to Barrett. Get him reintegrated to the party, because it's been a little while since we've last played as Barrett. I mean, he still has 2 weapons for Pete's sake. And this Slugway's just hanging over there. If you're on hard mode, don't waste a fire for an enemy that's hanging off screen. Wait for it to come closer. That was just me wanting to get a move on, because I knew this video was going to be extra long anyway. I knew it was going to be close to 50 minutes. Speaking of extra long, I've recorded Act 2 of like the current Genshin event. The 2.3 returning to Dragonspine event. And that, I'm surprised. Like, usually with Genshin events, Act 1 is like nearly an hour long, and then Act 2 onwards are a lot shorter. So for this to be like Act 1 is like 45 minutes and Act 2 is like an hour, I was like, oh okay. But it is entirely done in 2 pieces, which is probably why it's longer. Like, this would have been broken up in other events into like several things, but I'm guessing they're just trying to handle different approach and try different methods. And so for this one, it's Act 2 is the rest of it, it's a lot longer. Which is nice, the story gets a move on a bit quicker then. It's not you're waiting every 3 days for the next piece sort of thing. Oh, we've got even... Now we've got 2 party members, enemies with shields you shouldn't stress about too much. I still go for the parry tech, but they never work in my favour. So eventually I just do what should be your other strategy. Swap to the other character when they're focused on one and go behind them. Because they'll only focus on one, and then when they swap targets to the other, you just swap back to your first character. So in this instance, like, Tifa's free to kind of wail on him, because it's focused on Cloud. And the moment it puts its focus back on Tifa, I can swap to Cloud and start hurting it from behind. That's how you should handle any riot shielded member of the team. It's only that, like, that one way back in chapter 2 where you fight them alone that it's kind of a stress and you have to turn it into a bit of a parry match. But when you've got more than one, don't wait for it to be parried. Go all in on your teammates. They're there for a reason. I think that's the real blessing of doing normal mode over hard. Is the fact that you get to actually play around with magic a bit more freely and like fuck around with the systems. Like that enemy there trying to do an AoE, so I just fire it. In hard mode, you wouldn't do that, and it is something that it's the main reason why I've yet to do the hard mode for Intergrade. I've done the main game's hard mode. I just have yet to have the motivation to do the hard mode for Intergrade because it's the whole having to worry about your spells so much, not having access to items. Your MP has to last you the whole chapter. And both of the chapters are long in Yuffie's extra story. Like, they're not tiny little things done in an afternoon, you know?
What was that?
So, how'd you guys rate my latest and greatest design? 11 out of 10? Today's your unlucky day, because I never miss.
Oh Jesus, Jessie's up here as well. We need to get to her now before she gets herself in too much trouble. Especially the little bit of explosives maniac that she's going on. She only needs to blow up a piece of the floor under her before she's in, like, real trouble.
Stay sharp.
Oh, but of course there's more troops in our way. Come on. I haven't got time for this. And it's more of the, like, the riot troop guys as well. You see me trying to see if I can lure one, but he does the electric strike, which counts as magic, so it doesn't help. Oh, and then of course Reyno's like, hey, I want a piece of this. I did like that little bit though, where when Reyno got the clear shot and Rude spotted Tifa, and like he just in a moment of weakness he pulls away. Like that was a thing in the original as well, but it was more blunt. It was more like out in the open. That Rude has a crush on Tifa, and so keeps on letting her get away with murder. But thankfully they kind of did away with it. They didn't, as I say that, they didn't do away with it. They just altered how it was written to make it more subtle. That he just can't help himself, but just kind of acts on it a little when the situation arises. And that was definitely a situation that arose, so he just turned away so Reno didn't get a shot. I know right here, you're gonna see the problem of fighting hella troops with just Cloud and Tifa, because they can fight back, they can counter. We don't have any real like anti-counter, anti-air approaches physically. You have to use magic, otherwise they'll just bop you. And this is kind of a waste of potions because we're not too far away from a restoration point. Like, we've got a lot of cutscenes and a lot of moments coming up, but we're not too far away from the next opportunity we have to kind of just stop and regroup and get our shit together. And, as I mentioned before, Barrett is up here as well. It's only going to be a matter of time before he joins again when we catch up to him. And I still find it crazy, like, I know I talk about it a lot, but I still find it crazy how much they expanded on some of the elements of this game. Making this climb the way it is so different from the original. In the original, you just run up a series of stairs, maybe have like a few random encounters against some enemies, but that's it. You fight a series of enemies, you go up in a circle basically, like reusing assets, bump into Biggs part way up, who dies, bump into Jesse a little bit higher up, and then you eventually reach the top, rendezvous with Barrett, get a very brief fight, and then the section's over and you move on to the next bit. Whilst this, they've added extra music, they've added a bunch of encounters, there's all these like flat landed pieces of the arena so you can explore a bit more. Like, they added so much more. Like, some of it's already broken off where like the fighting and the gunfights happen, so you have alternate paths. It's not as simple as just climb up stairs or a ladder. They took the original idea, they took the original premise and just ran with it. And like I said, they do it for the whole game. You've already seen by now, like, we're about, I'm going to say about halfway through the game, give or take. I know in chapter-wise we're in the later half, but in terms of the size of the chapters coming up, I'd say we're about halfway-ish, I think, but we'll see how long the videos end up being. But saying that, there's still so much more for it to show you before we're done with this. There's still so much more they expanded on and added on that they really didn't need to, but they did anyway to make the world so much more, to make Midgar so much more believable. I firmly understand and respect making Midgar its own game instead of trying to do the whole of 7 in one go, because it gave them the opportunity to expand on everything and make some things far more painful.
Jesse! Jeez. Tifa. If you could see the look on your face. So, you're the guy who gets to hear my last words. Lucky me.
Like hell they're your last.
It's okay, Cloud. It's okay. They were my bombs. They were all my victims. I had it coming. My hero. So gentle.
Just try to hang on.
So dramatic. I just wish that I could have had you over again. Everyone with Mom's cooking. I really wanted to believe we could.
Yeah. You owe me a pizza.
That's right. I do. But I don't think... Oh no. Tifa's crying. Did I say something wrong? Don't you guys have somewhere to be?
from bad to worse. Yeah, including in the original game, when you also consider Wedge died in that instance as well, you lost all 3 of the extra members of Avalanche in one tiny section that lasted about 3 minutes. So the fact that they expanded it out and did as much with it as they did in this, like, you had that whole chapter of extra chapter 4 that wasn't in the original game whatsoever. You got that whole extra chapter to spend time with Biggs, Wedge and Jesse, to see what they're like, to learn about Jesse's family and her background, to see how much Biggs actually cares, to see how much of a doofus Wedge is, but how he has a heart of gold. Just that chapter almost entirely solely existed to make this one more painful, to make it more aggressive on you and more hurtful on you.
I ain't done with you yet! You hear me? Think you can come up in here and do what you want? We gon' take it?
Barry!
Tifa! Get your ass back up! Now! Chopper's gonna chew you up!
Still alive and kicking?
Damn right! Leading man sticks around to the credits roll! So we gotta keep moving if we wanna make it that far. You ready?
Yep.
Or a rematch, huh? Rude!
You.
It's nothing personal, bitch! Miss me!
Huh? You're next, asshole!
Sorry, losers. Gotta play for keeps today. No time to dick around.
Plate separation authorized. Awaiting confirmation. Plate separation authorized. Awaiting confirmation.
Yeah, coming right up. No, you don't! Not when I'm working!
Plate separation authorized. Awaiting confirmation.
Press it! Now. You ain't got shit on us.
You're gonna see me go straight to the materia screen because of a really cool thing that's in this game. If you enter an unexpected boss fight, or a double up, or a character switch around as a boss fight goes to start up, during the cutscene it'll pop up in the corner saying hold square, so you'll go straight to your menu first, so you can rearrange. It's such a cool quality of life thing that they didn't have to do, that they did, that gives you the opportunity to work on Barrett, because it's been a while since he's been on the team, and you've probably collected a hell of a lot that you're gonna want to be able to put on and work with him. But now it's time for our rematch with Reno, and I'm gonna say straight off the bat, this fight, when I first got here, I was genuinely still upset about the whole big thing and then following up with Jesse. I wasn't crying anymore because I did get tearful with Biggs and especially Jesse's death. Both of them I think were very well executed. But it transformed more to this, like, some of your closest, like, friends or Cloud's closest allies that he's made with, and characters that you might deeply care for, just died. And although you're not staring at the direct cause, you're staring at the man who you know is involved in the reason why, and now he's mocking you. Like, the level of anger they want you to feel in this fight towards Reno, and the fucking music that accompanies it, oh my god. Like, the music has so much, like, Like, it has the energy of a boss theme that it should, but when it slows down and the instruments take in, it's so angry. It's so ridiculously angry, and it does it so well, because it's how you should feel. It's how they want you to feel. They want you to be so fucking pissed at this dude. At everything that he's inadvertently caused for your party. And the fact that he's still there, smug. He's still there, mocking. It's like, no, you want to kick this fucking dude's ass. You want to fucking kill him, and rightly so. And if I'm going to be talking about the music and how impactful it is and how effective it is it's doing as we break into Phase 2, that obviously means I'm going to want to stop talking for it to make a point of how powerful the music actually is. Listen to the raw anger of this track for yourself.
Get the hell out of here!
Run complete. Reload.
Steady.
Back to the lift! Give 'em hell!
I got
Oh, like it's genuinely making me tear up again just watching the footage back, for goodness sake. It's so powerful to me. Like, I know it's a very individual thing, that some people like get really emotional at games that will seem stupid to others, but for me personally, this was like ticking the perfect fucking box to get me emotional. Because I was genuinely angry at Reno. I genuinely wanted to hurt this fucker after everything that happened, because I was so upset, especially on my first playthrough, of how Biggs and Jesse died and how it came to it, because they did it so well. Because I knew I was going to be emotional to it, because I knew there was going to be a lot more with it, but it was just how effectively they was at it made such an emotional response.
Time to burn.
Damn it! The dreams, huh?
I was planning to join you anyway.
Any landing you can walk away from. Come on, let's teach them the Turks two-step.
I didn't actually get a chance to really talk about Phase 2 where I was going on about the music, so I need to talk about that first before I can actually really talk about what's going on right now. During Phase 2, every now and then, Rude will do that bombing run, which isn't too bad and difficult to avoid. It's just you've got to pay attention to where it is and move out the way. The real threat is that Reno will start using Pyramid. And the idea of Pyramid, he didn't actually get it off once in the fight, which was grateful, but it also means I have to explain it, is that he will basically literally put a giant, like, see-through transparent pyramid around a character, which stops them from being able to do literally anything. The only way to get them out of the pyramid is to have someone else break it, so your teammates have to turn on your ally and attack the pyramid to do what's needed to be done. Also, we finally got a refocus in there, so Cloud has now got 3 ATB bars for the rest of the fight, because that's what refocus does, and that's why it can be really handy to use over a limit, because now we've got 3 ATB bars. And there's a part of me that kind of hopes, I doubt they'll do it, because I think they've kind of like found their rhythm with the balance, but I kind of hope in future parts there's eventually a permanent upgrade, maybe like super late in it, that makes it so you get free ATBs as standard, just so then they can have special skills that cost free ATB. That's kind of it. Just so then there's like a super special skill that costs more to get to, that requires free ATBs. Because that would be cool. I think that would be a really nice addition or way of handling it, or making like you have to earn the right to get free ATBs, and then there's like an exclusive like collection of like super powered skills. Instead of it just being 2 ATBs and then you get free access to Infinity's End, like we do right now, which just tends to hurt things. But we're nearing the end of this fight. If you defeat one over the other will become slightly more aggressive as a result. So for us, Rude became slightly more aggressive, but it doesn't matter as he's down.
Plate separation authorized. Awaiting confirmation.
How do we stop it? Who knows?
you going?
Move!
Getting real tired of your shit!
Tifa!
Where'd you?
Plate separation initiated. Plate separation initiated. Commencing separation sequence. Section 1 separation imminent. Evacuate immediately. Plate separation initiated.
You son of a bitch! What have you done?
Cloud!
Tifa!
What do we do?
Nothing. There is nothing you can do now.
You can't do this! Tifa! I found Marlene! Aerith!
Marlene? My Marlene? What did you do with her?
Where are you?
I'm at the...
Sir, come. Your activities unwittingly brought you into contact with the Ancient, who is now back in our custody where she belongs. For this you have my sincerest gratitude. Alas, the sector in which you stand has been condemned.
Ancient.
Run! You have to go now!
And where exactly do you expect them to go?
Aerith!
Total plate separation imminent. Evacuate the area immediately.
If we don't get to heaven, we gotta figure something. Yeah. Big damn. Hey! Over here! Found us a way out!
Tifa.
Come on! Come on! Anybody out there?
Barrett! I think I hear him up ahead.
Hey!
Here goes.
Can anybody
And
hear
push!
me? Marlene. Marlene. Marlene! Marlene! Biggs! Wedge! Jesse! God damn it! God damn you! God damn you all! Marlene! Marlene!
It was us. We did this.
No. You can't think like that. Whatever came before it was Shinra that pulled the trigger today. Am I right?
Yeah.
Hold on to this anger, okay?
Barrett. Marlene's fine.
Huh?
Aerith found her.
Aerith. Is that the girl they took?
Yeah. That's her.
The hell's going on?
I asked Aerith to find Marlene and take her somewhere safe.
And she did? You sure? Hey, where you going?
And funnily enough, talking about scenes that made me cry, that scene made me cry, that scene actually made me cry enough that I came away from the game on my first playthrough. Like, I had to kind of just take a break. I was like, no, I need to recuperate. Barrett screaming at the wall, believing his kid and closest allies are dead. I was like, oh, fuck. It was just too much for me at that time when I first saw it. Like, yeah, it's not as impactful for me now because I've seen it so many times, but that first viewing, it hits you, man. It hits you hard. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. Next time on the Final Fantasy VII Remake, we're gonna see what we can do to recover from the damages and what's lost. But until then, you guys take care now. Peace.